This is Disneyland News Today. I'm Tom Corliss, and here now are the top Disneyland Resort stories for July 24th, 2025. Disneyland Resort released the full list of Halloween food and beverage items that'll be available this fall. Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort officially runs from August 22nd, which is definitely before fall, by the way, through October 31st, and as well Dia de los Muertos, which is celebrated with Plaza de la Familia through November 2nd. But some of these items will be available early and or past Halloween. Disney has also revealed several new novelty souvenirs that are coming as part of the Halloween time celebration. The novelty items include finally a Cars Land lighted cone sipper. This took way too long, guys. Is this the 8th year of Cars Land Halloween? I think so. There's also a Halloween candy glow cube. There's a Halloween mini Demitas, a Halloween popcorn bucket, Halloween travel tumbler, Kuzco's poison bottle glow cube. Magic Key Kuzco's Poison Sipper. The glow cube has existed before. The sipper is a brand new thing. There's the Mickey Mouse Ghost Bucket, which is just about the cutest thing I've ever seen. The Carthay Circle Spooky Tree Flight is back this year. The Oogie Boogie Moon Glow Cube is new. The Pluto Skeleton Sipper. The Sanderson Sisters Straw Clip with Minnie and the gang as the Sanderson Sisters. A Stitch Mummy Bucket. Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington Gravestone Bucket. A Winky Mickey Mouse Pumpkin Bottle Topper, which looks like the jack-o'-lantern that's in Town Square at Disneyland. A Zero Light-Up Straw Clip, and more. There's also a giant sipper with the mayor of Halloween Town, which is absolutely crazy. If you want the full list of items that'll be available, as well as the full list of all these novelty items, it is available on our website, but no pricing yet on any of this, but hopefully soon. We still got some time. Disneyland Resort announced details of their 2025 holiday celebrations, including returning entertainment and a sneak peek at Mickey and Minnie's new holiday outfits. As previously announced, holidays at Disneyland Resort will run from November 14th through January 7th. In Disneyland Park, guests can meet Mickey, Minnie, and their friends in sparkling new holiday outfits. These designs are holiday versions of their 70th costumes in shimmering greens, reds, and golds. An Instagram post highlights some of the details of the outfits, like Minnie's hair bow made of gift ribbon and the 70th star cluster on Mickey's jacket. Each night there will be magical snowfall during wintertime enchantment at Sleeping Beauty's castle as 80,000 shimmering lights transform the icon. The Believe in Holiday Magic Fireworks Spectacular will be back, featuring snow on Main Street near It's a Small World Holiday and on the rivers of America. A Christmas Fantasy Parade will also return with beloved Disney characters, toy soldiers, and dancing gingerbread cookies. Reserved viewing for the parade is included with the holiday time at the Disneyland Resort guided tour. Attraction overlays of It's a Small World Holiday and Haunted Mansion Holiday are both back for the holiday season. Holiday Fun with Santa and Friends returns to the Fantasyland Theater. Guests can make crafts, sing along to holiday classics, and take photos with select Disney characters and Santa Claus at that offering. The Paint the Night Parade will temporarily pause for the holidays. Disney said Paint the Night Parade and other entertainment experiences will pause temporarily during the holiday season and resume at a later date. So they're not telling us, I assume, November 14th they will pause, and we would think they'll pick back up right after the holidays are over, but maybe that's not the case. Maybe there's going to be a couple more weeks there. Hopefully they'll give us some official dates relatively soon. The 70th anniversary Nighttime Spectacular World of Color Happiness will continue through the holiday season, which means there is no World of Color Season of Light at California Adventure this year. This was confirmed on the Season of Light webpage, which states it will not be available during the 2025 holiday season. I will say I've heard some things which seem to be enforced by the fact that at Disneyland they're not running Paint the Night and they're not running Wondrous Journeys, which are the 70th offerings. But then at DCA they are, and the word on the street was, in World of Color Season of Light there is a lot of licensed music, and maybe they don't want to pay this year for the licensed music. And so that's the word on the street, whether that's true or not. But the fact that Paint the Night and Wondrous are going on hiatus and World of Color Happiness is not, leans into that a bit. So just a rumor, just something we heard. Either way, I will say I love World of Color Happiness, and I think it's nice that people will get to see it during the holiday season. That being said, I think it's rough that they won't, if that's when you choose to visit, you won't get Paint the Night or Wondrous Journeys, but either way. Cars Land at Disney California Adventure will once again celebrate the holidays with colorful lights, wreaths, bows, and Christmassy cones. The Luigi's Joy to the Whirl and Mater's Jingle Jamboree attraction overlays will be back, and new food offerings will include the Jerry's Junk Truck Cone from the Cozy Cone Motel. Meanwhile, Disney Festival of the Holidays showcases a diverse season of celebrations throughout delicious food, a rotation of live entertainment, and special merchandise. Festive food marketplaces throughout the park will offer new and returning bites and beverages, including the fan-favorite braised pork belly adobo. Guests can purchase a Sip and Savor Pass with 6 digital coupons that can be redeemed for select food and non-alcoholic beverages around DCA. And among the holiday entertainment is a group of marching holiday toy drummers and the Mickey's Happy Holidays Cavalcade featuring Disney and Pixar characters. On select days, Mirabelle from Encanto and her friends recount stories and perform songs from the film and the street performance Mirabelle's Gifts of the Season, which debuted last year. Mirabelle is also among the characters that will rotate through the Paradise Gardens Park gazebo for meet and greets. On select days at Carthay Circle and Buena Vista Street, there'll be a musical Christmas with Mariachi Alegría de Disneyland and Miguel. They perform bilingual renditions of holiday songs that debuted last year as well. Disney Viva Navidad returns to Paradise Gardens Park. The celebration, inspired by Latin American holiday traditions, includes live music, crafts, festive decor, flavorful dishes, and appearances by Mickey, Minnie, and the 3 Caballeros. And on select days, the Disney Viva Navidad Street Party, led by the Caballeros, lights up the area with folklorico dancers, mariachis, samba performers, and more. Among this year's offerings at the Disneyland Resort will be the new Mickey's Christmas Carol Feast and Daisy's Holiday Pajama Party at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. Both of those experiences will be at Storytellers Cafe. Mickey's Christmas Carol Feast will be available for dinner. Concept art indicates it will feature Mickey, Minnie, Scrooge, Goofy, and Clarabelle in costumes from Mickey's Christmas Carol. I have got to go to this. Meanwhile, Daisy's Holiday Pajama Party will be available for breakfast and brunch, featuring Donald, Daisy, Chip, Dale, and Pluto in comfy holiday PJs. This is an update to what was Mickey's Holiday Pajama Party, which was new last year. Since Mickey and Minnie will be a part of Mickey's Christmas Carol Feast, Donald and Daisy have taken over the other offering. Also at the Grand Californian will be holiday tea with Santa and Mrs. Claus at the Hearthstone Lounge. At the Disneyland Hotel, there'll be Goofy's Kitchen Celebrates the Holidays. Reservations will be available soon. The holiday-themed beverage menu returns to Broken Spell Lounge at the Disneyland Hotel. The menu includes creative twists on classics like hot chocolate and eggnog, paired with live jazz music on select days. Tenaya Stone Spa at Disney's Grand Californian offers the Underneath the Tree signature massage and the Joy of Holiday body treatment during the holiday season. Meanwhile, the downtown Disney district transforms into a festive wonderland during the holidays with nightly snowfall, decorations, and seasonal flavors. There'll be live music at the Downtown Disney Live stage. The Chippendales Ornament Trail Scavenger Hunt is back. Guests can purchase an activity map from participating retail locations, then search for special ornaments hanging from trees throughout the district. After their search, guests can exchange the map at a redemption location to receive a keepsake. New lines of holiday merchandise will be available at Elias & Co., Emporium, World of Disney, and other shops resort-wide. This year's Mickey Mouse Family Christmas Collection features Santa Mickey artwork, bringing the magic of Christmas to life with nostalgic and whimsical storytelling. The collection includes a range of apparel, accessories, home decor, and more. There will also be dozens of limited-time holiday-themed food and beverage items throughout Disneyland Resort, including the returning peppermint cold brew and Mickey-shaped gingerbread cookie. If you want to get prepared for that, Eric and I ate, I believe, over 125 items last year. That review is here on the channel. I continue to push that one because I think we both nearly died filming that. So I'd like to get a little more mileage out of it if possible. So please remember that exists. But that's the full rundown we have currently of what's happening for the holidays at Disneyland Resort. As of July 19th, Disneyland Park's newest show, Walt Disney: A Magical Life, is no longer utilizing a virtual queue system. From its debut on July 17th, guests were required to join a virtual queue, and only guests with a Disneyland Park reservation could join the queue at 7 a.m., but those looking to park hop could do so at noon. Guests were only able to enter the virtual queue once per day, essentially limiting the number of times you could see the show. But according to a recent update on the Disneyland app, guests no longer have to enter a virtual queue to experience the attraction. When clicking into the list of virtual queue attractions at Disneyland Park, there is a notice saying the virtual queue is not currently in use, and it hasn't been since that time. It's nice to see that. However, Disney did warn guests that at any time they could enact that virtual queue again if they feel it is necessary for Walt Disney Magical Life, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say they probably won't. I think it's done. Runaway Railway opened with a virtual queue at Disneyland and did not have that, I think it had it for a week, and it never came back, so I can't imagine they're going to need this. But if you want to check out our review, Tom's honest review of Walt Disney Magical Life is also here on the channel for you to take a watch of. Disneyland Resort debuted new collectible medallions with color for the first time for the 70th anniversary on July 17th. These are still available. One set of new medallion designs is available in the World of Disney at Downtown Disney. The medallions are $8 each. You can get all four for $30. These are more expensive, I'm guessing, because there's color on them. The machines don't give change, and a credit card can only be used when purchasing all four. The medallions are silver, and they feature the 70th anniversary logo in color on their backs, and there is a colorful pixie dust around the edges. The first medallion is Mickey Mouse. There's also Minnie Mouse, both of them in their 70th anniversary outfits. There is a Sleeping Beauty castle design, and then there is Tinkerbell in her standard green dress. Another set of 70th anniversary color medallions is available from Gone Hollywood at Disney California Adventure. Like the first set again, these are silver with the 70th anniversary logo on the back, and on the front are Donald Duck, Pluto, Daisy, and Grizzly Peak representing DCA. A giant Disneyland 70th anniversary key is coming soon. One is currently on display in a case at Disneyana, where it'll be available, we assume, for purchase for $250. The key is larger and more detailed than the current interactive pin key. It has a much larger price point, as you'd guess. At one end is the large D, by which the key can be carried. It's made of a semi-opaque white with shiny blue trim. And next to the D is the Disneyland 70th logo with the silhouette of Sleeping Beauty Castle in pink atop the numeral. On the other end is the teeth, which is shaped like Sleeping Beauty Castle, also in semi-opaque white. And these sections of the key light up and change color. The shaft of the key also lights up and has symbols embossed that represent the different locations of the park, the different lands. From left to right, there's the partner statue, the Jungle Cruise boat, a gargoyle candelabra from the Haunted Mansion, Winnie the Pooh's Honey Pot, the Millennium Falcon, the Mark Twain Riverboat, Space Mountain, Mickey's House, and Sleeping Beauty Castle. The buttons that control the lights and sounds are located on the edge of the D, just like the real one, and the end of the key has a round, blunt cap. A release date has not been announced yet. It just says coming soon. It will be a limited edition, the number of which will be available, we do not know. But man, do I need this. I need this giant key. I think a lot of people, based on how much interest there was in this post, I think a lot of people want this giant key, especially the Kingdom Hearts folks. They're very excited about a giant Disney, official Disney Keyblade, essentially. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and the team will design your next magical vacation from the Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. The new final verse for It's a Small World has debuted at Disneyland. It debuted back on July 17th. The famous It's a Small World theme song was written by the late Sherman brothers. The new verse was written by Richard Sherman in 2023 for the 60th anniversary of It's a Small World. Disney publicly released the verse with a short film in late 2024 after he passed. Disney later announced they would add the verse to the attraction, and now it has been added at both the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts. It's a very nice thing that's happened. You should check it out. If you're not going to go anytime soon, you want to watch the video of it, that is right here on our channel, but if not, you get the chance. I think it's a real heartwarming thing to see, or to hear, I should say. Guests can now say I do at 3 new ceremony locations at Disneyland Park with Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings. There are 3 new locations for guests to hold their marriage ceremony at Disneyland Park, being Magnolia Park Gazebo, Magnolia Park Terrace, and Fantasy Fair Garden. Magnolia Park Gazebo is set against the backdrop of Tiana's Palace in New Orleans Square. It's available for morning ceremonies before the park opens. It can accommodate up to 30 guests who will then join the couple on a celebratory ride aboard the Disneyland Railroad to Main Street, USA. That's mostly just to get them out of the park, I think. The Magnolia Park Terrace is another option, located just a few steps away from the Haunted Mansion. The venue also accommodates the couple and up to 30 guests for a morning ceremony with a ride on the railroad afterwards, again, to get them out of the park. The final new venue is the Fantasy Fair Garden, which offers a view of Sleeping Beauty Castle. The garden can accommodate the couple and up to 10 guests. A dedicated photographer will also be on hand here to capture the ceremony. All three of these venues include the ceremony location, floral and decor, ceremony transportation, an officiant, and a dedicated photographer. Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings now offers more than 100 wedding and vow renewal venues at the Disney parks in California and Florida, along with Alani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii, and aboard the Disney Cruise Line ships. At Disneyland, there are 13 venues total, including the 3 new locations. For more information on how to book a ceremony, visit DisneyWeddings.com. Anaheim residents can visit Disneyland Resort during the 70th anniversary this year for just $70. The special ticket is a one-day, one-park offering valid for visits from August 4th through September 25th. That'll also be good for visits during Halloween time. It's available to Anaheim residents with a specific zip code. Proof of eligible residency, including a government-issued photo ID, is required for purchase and admission, and all ticket holders must be Anaheim residents. The discounted ticket can only be purchased by calling 844-695-1240. Guests must be 18 or older to call. These tickets will not be available at ticket booths. Eligible residents can purchase up to 8 tickets per day. Park reservations are required, and Park Hopper and Lightning Lane upcharges are an additional charge. So there you go. It's a great ticket deal. Cast members Steve Valkenburg and H.E.R.B.I.E Pryor formed a lifelong friendship during their over 4 decades working together at Disneyland, and just last week, they both retired after over 4 decades of making magic. James J.P. Pryor joined the Disneyland cast at the Plaza Inn in 1977. Steve Valkenburg became a cast member at French Market, now Tiana's Palace, in 1980, and then moved to the Plaza Inn in 1983. The pair quickly became friends and have been creating magical moments for guests ever since. JP and Steve welcomed guests to Disneyland and the Plaza Inn with high fives and their chicken bell moment. During the tradition, they chose one guest to ring the chicken bell, signifying the opening of the restaurant for lunch. When I came to Plaza Inn, Steve explained, I was welcomed and felt like I belonged. JP trained me as a lead, and I received some of the best training I've seen anywhere. I consider you more of a brother than my real brothers, JP said to Steve. I know we'll always be in each other's lives, maybe too much, he added with a chuckle. The two take pride in honoring the memory of Walt Disney and are recognized by fellow cast members as the unofficial historians of Plaza Inn. Here you can see the two at the Plaza Inn Legacy Wall, a backstage monument to the restaurant's history full of photos and artifacts. Plaza Inn first opened as the Red Wagon Inn on the opening day of Disneyland, July 17, 1955. It became the Plaza Inn in 1965 with a buffeteria-style service. JP and Steve agreed to stay at Disneyland through the 70th anniversary on July 17th. Both retired on July 18th. And though they won't be working together anymore, Steve and JP plan to continue their annual road trips. I actually was lucky enough, this is a funny story, I was lucky enough to be invited to their retirement party at the Golden Horseshoe, and I would dare say, I've been doing this for 18 years, it was the most touching thing I've ever seen, and just a reminder of how much cast members care about the guest experience. You know, these cast members that have been there for decades and decades are a connection to a past time, and not to be that guy, but sometimes a time when the guest experience was more in focus than it is today. Sometimes profits and things of that sort get in the way, but to go to their retirement ceremony and hear how many people emotionally talked about making magic for guests, and they talked about how when people came to Disneyland and to Plaza Inn, their expectations were up here because it's Disneyland, and how they always wanted to exceed that no matter what. And that's such an incredible thing to hear. After that many decades serving guests, it'd be so easy to become jaded about that, and these two cast members never did. I was distinctly honored to be there. It was such a meaningful moment for me just to see that many cast members who dedicated that much time to the company be celebrated, and also the cast members that had so many decades of service around them that were celebrating them. And the stories Steve and JP shared about them is really, really touching. Just one of the most touching moments of my entire career doing this and my life. I love the Disney parks so much, and it fills my heart to know how much the cast members care. And that's why I always said through COVID and everything on this show, I said we're on the same team, because That is the truth. You know, I think there are so many guests and so many cast members who care so much about keeping that experience what it's meant to be. And I hope, I know that Steve and JP's legacy will carry on at the Plaza Inn, and that will continue. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. After 2 years behind construction walls and 2 months without water, the new Adventureland fountain at Disneyland Park is finally operational. The new fountain is located near the main entrance to Adventureland, across from Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. It was unveiled in May after the area had been behind construction walls for 2 years. In 2023, a pipe burst in the old fountain and walls went up around the area. The old fountain was removed after the incident, but there weren't signs of new construction until this year. The new fountain resembles a crumbling ruin. The figure of an ape is carved into the rockwork behind the falling water, or stonework, I think. It's positioned as though the ape is holding up the ledge that the water is pouring from at the top. Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room across the way also just underwent refurbishment. It's been a lot going on in this area. We assume there was some connection between the two, perhaps, but either way, it's nice to see this fountain finally flowing, and it's pretty. It looks nice. It's a good upgrade. Droid Depot in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland has new apparel, pins, and more. There is a new t-shirt for $34.99. There is a journal for $24.99, a mug for $24.99. The jacket is $119.99. The R2-D2 pin is $12.99. A BB-8 pin also $12.99. The C-Series pin is $12.99. The ALT Utility Droid pin, as you guessed it, $12.99. There's also a Mubo Droidsmith pin set for $22.99. New Haunted Mansion holiday items have already arrived at Disneyland Resort, even though the attraction will not debut until next month. Haunted Mansion holiday hoodie is available for $59.99. The magnet is $14.99. We found these at the World at Disney, but they're also in the parks. They're all over the place. Disneyland Resort has begun its teasers for Oogie Boogie Bash 2025, hinting that 2 villains will be joining the party this year at DCA. According to official Instagram accounts posts, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty and Syndrome from The Incredibles will be making appearances at this year's event. While Maleficent has appeared at Oogie Boogie Bash previously, this will be Syndrome's Disney Parks debut. Maleficent is teased in the first few seconds of the reel, which shows a silhouetted tree and green smoke. Syndrome's tease is in the next clip, which shows his wrist attachment used to control his Omnidroids from the first Incredibles film. The caption also hints towards both Maleficent and Syndrome's appearances, saying, "Where thorns creep in the shadows and heroes fade behind the darkness." Dare to guess which 2 villains are joining Oogie Boogie Bash, a Disney Halloween party? Oogie Boogie Bash will return on select nights beginning August 17th, running to October 31st. If I remember correctly, this is off the cuff, I believe Maleficent appeared before, but wasn't it live action Maleficent? I don't remember. I'll look it up after this, but it's too late. We're recording already. Syndrome, I cannot wait to see Syndrome. That's going to be great. Cannot wait. This event never fails with the villain appearances. They're always spectacular. The Fantastic Four and their robot assistant H.E.R.B.I.E will be visiting Disneyland Park for a limited time starting this week to celebrate the release of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Marvel's first family and their faithful robot H.E.R.B.I.E will be making select appearances in Tomorrowland at Disneyland Park starting Friday, July 25th. During their limited time appearances, guests may encounter one member of the Fantastic Four or H.E.R.B.I.E in Tomorrowland. Select appearances are also coming to Disneyland Paris and Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. Those have started already. At Disneyland, each member of the Fantastic Four will meet individually in a dedicated space outside the Tomorrowland Theater near Space Mountain. As for H.E.R.B.I.E, he will appear in a dedicated space adjacent to the Fantastic Four's location. Starting July 25th through September 21st, the facade of Space Mountain at Disneyland will be illuminated with special projection effects throughout the evening to celebrate the Fantastic Four as well. Meanwhile, new souvenir novelties celebrating the release of the film they're already out at the Disneyland Resort as of today. The Thing Sipper and the Mr. Fantastic Straw Clip. The Clobberin' Sipper, also described as the Thing Sipper by the Disney Eats account, is modeled to look like the Thing's fist with a Fantastic Four communicator on his wrist. The attached and removable carry strap is light blue and features mid-century design accents and the Four icon. The Sipper has a double opening action, meaning that you can lift up a smaller top panel to access the straw only, or open up the entire top portion of the fist to access the drink compartment. Also unveiled was the Mr. Fantastic Straw Clip, which features Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards stretching around a blue straw. According to Disney Eats, the Thing Zipper is now available at Tomorrowland at Disneyland Park. But again, as I told you before, that was wrong. It actually came out today. Meanwhile, the straw clip came out today as well. So don't pay attention to what Disney said originally. Now they're both available at the Galactic Grill in Tomorrowland at Disneyland. They're also at Alien Pizza Planet just a few steps away. And then also at the Pym Test Kitchen in Avengers Campus at Disney California Adventure. The Sipper is $29.79 and the straw clip is $13.59. Both are limited to 2 per person per transaction and discounts do not apply. Just in time for its 70th birthday, the Disneyland Resort surpassed 1 billion all-time visitors. According to the Orange County Register, Disneyland Resort would have welcomed its 1 billionth visitor in February. Disney used to announce attendance milestones, including 100 million, which they did back in 1971. In 2004, they celebrated 500 million with visitor Bill Trow of Australia, who entered Disneyland at 10:16 a.m. on January 8th. The population sign on the Main Street train station was updated last to 650 million guests in 2013. Disneyland Resort likely would have passed 1 billion visitors sooner if it hadn't been for the COVID-19 pandemic. An estimated 2.3 million guests visit Disneyland Resort every month. Approximately 75,890 guests combined enter the parks daily, and based on these numbers, OCR guesses the 1 billionth visitor already entered the park on February 15th. Disney hasn't said anything, though, which is weird. But OC Register usually reach out for, they have a good relationship with Disney, so I'm sure they asked. And Disney was like, yeah, you can run that. We did that at some point. They know. Either way. For the absolute latest Disneyland news, head on over to DisneylandNewsToday.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of Disneyland News Today. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. Also, I want to plug Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. You can get this great Spaceship Earth button-up shirt. You also could still pre-order our Intergalactic Lounge Singer, Sunny Eclipse. Go to carouselofproducts.com. For DLNT, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.